Hello, my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with a reading, taking a look at you and a person that you're thinking about for this reading. So we've got some questions that we're going to be asking here today, and let's go ahead and get started. It is general as always, guys, so please do take from it, as always, what makes sense for you. So I'm going to be starting off with the Issues deck. This is by Fire Witch Tarot. So let's take a look and see for the collective what some of the issues are that you are dealing with at this time. Angels and spirit guides, please, for water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. All right, here we go. What are the issues of the connection? The unknown leaves you in the dark about things. Okay, so either bits and parts of this reading will make sense for you, or as always, take what resonates from it. So let's grab a couple more and then we'll clarify with tarot here. Can't hear, not a good listener, doesn't hear you out, doesn't pay attention. Okay, so we've got some communication issues here, it seems. Let's grab another card here. So I feel for some of you guys that you're dealing with someone that, as it says, they leave you out in the dark. They not only are a really bad listener, they might be doing all the talking and not really listening to you, but there's some issues with communication. And look at this, disconnected. Hard time bonding, mentally and emotionally detached. All three of these cards for me has a lot to do with how you guys are interacting and communicating. But let's go ahead and grab some clarifiers here from tarot. So I'm going to use my tarot teacher to do that. All right, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Let's go ahead and clarify the unknown card there. They leave you in the dark about things. What is up with that? Obviously, if this is already your story, you know that that's what they're doing. Or that's how they feel about you, that you're leaving them out. Five of Swords, look at this. Someone was sneaking around. They were more than likely leaving you in the dark, as it says, and maybe you just didn't know what this person was up to because they were sneaking around, because this has a lot to do with competition and conflicts, meaning that there are other people that they are talking to. There could be infidelities going on here, and therefore if you relate to this, maybe it is you, my water signs, that walked away from this person. Let's go ahead and clarify can't hear. Not a good listener, doesn't hear you out, doesn't pay attention. Some of you guys could be dealing with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. All right. The Fool. Okay, so what I'm getting here for some of you is if you were dealing with somebody where you feel that the communication just was not good, you guys would be talking to each other, but it's like talking to the wall. You know, you're not really getting through to this individual. They don't hear you out, as it says, or you might feel that they neglect you, or that they're paying attention to other people, which could be what's going on here. So if this is your story, it seems that you walked away from somebody like that and you're ready to welcome in a new beginning, whether just as a single person or moving on to new love. For some of you guys, you could have also been dealing with somebody who wasn't very good at commitment. They just weren't very good at commitment. And then I just happened to glance at the next card. Look at this. The Seven of Swords represents deception, lies, cheating. Okay. So it makes sense to me if you did walk away from somebody like this because they were basically hurting you by doing these things, sneaking around, infidelities, betrayals, cheating, backstabbing, third parties, the whole bit. Look at this card clarifying disconnected. So disconnected, hard time bonding, mentally and emotionally detached. And so I have a feeling here, because of the reference to walking away, that you did disconnect from this person. You no longer felt maybe the connection with this individual, and decided through this Ace of Swords that you finally were able to see things clearly. because it does represent clarity. It does represent a breakthrough. It's almost like you've had that light bulb moment to really see what it is that you need to do. And therefore, with that Ace of Swords, it's referencing cutting things and people out of your life that have not treated you well. And so this is giving you a new opportunity to welcome in new beginnings, new love connections, or to just start fresh in your life. It doesn't mean you're jumping right back into another relationship. Sometimes you need to be single for a good minute in order to reassess where your life has been and where you ultimately see things going moving forward. Okay, so that's what's coming through as far as the issues of the connection. Okay, so take whatever part of that makes sense for you. So let's go ahead and grab some messages on behalf of the Divine Masculine. So this is the Divine Masculine Within My Head deck by Fire Witch Tarot. Once again, angels and spirit guides, please, for Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So when it comes to the masculine, what's going on there? What is going on with the masculine? 4 water signs here. I'm still acting from my ego. Okay? So if this coincides with what already came through, if they're still acting from their ego, especially if they were the ones that were sneaking around, if they created a third-party situation, and maybe it is their ego that's actually preventing them from just admitting their own faults, or at least coming towards the feminine with an apology or to make amends. Let's grab a couple more messages. I'm well aware of my behavior towards you and I feel foolish. Look at this. Wow, because I mean, an added interpretation of the Fool card, which already came through, is that somebody is acting foolish. And look at this next card right here. Are you still mad at me? And I really do feel some of my Divine Feminines tuning in. Yes, you are. This person really hurt you. And that's just human nature, to perhaps build a wall around your heart so that you don't end up getting hurt by somebody who betrayed you, who stepped out on the connection, who cheated, who lied, who was keeping secrets, who kept you in the dark. All right, so let's go ahead and clarify this. So I'm still acting from my ego. I'm going to use my Illuminated Star Tarot. And I'm working on a volume 2 to this deck, because as you can see, it's got just the keywords there, which represents the upright meanings, but I'm also coming out with a volume 2, a revised version, where it's going to have the reversed meanings as well. Just keywords, not as detailed as my tarot teacher deck. But I've actually figured out a way to have the words in the reverse so that I don't have to like keep flipping it in the upright just to be able to see. Okay, so that'll hopefully be helpful for some of you needing that. All right, so let's clarify that first card. I'm still acting from my ego. So here we are with the 3 of Wands in the reverse. Interesting, because in the upright, it does represent growth. It represents somebody who's ready to move forward, looking ahead, moving past whatever happened between the 2 of you. But I feel it's in the reverse because they haven't been able to create that progress. They're frustrated. So there is a delay here because of how they're being with themselves and how they're choosing to handle the situation. And therefore, they are creating these unnecessary obstacles between the 2 of you. Look at this next card clarifying, I'm well aware of my behavior towards you and I feel foolish. We've got the 2 of Cups. Cups, of course, representing water, which could represent your own energy here. So if you're dealing with a person who's ready to make amends because they now recognize that they are feeling foolish. So we've got a couple of people here, so take whatever is presenting itself in your life. Some of you could be dealing with someone who's a little bit more egotistical and stubborn and unable to create the progress and movement that's necessary. And some of you guys have a person here who now recognizes that they really made a lot of mistakes and they are feeling very foolish. And what it is that they're wanting here is this Two of Cups with you, possibly even marriage for some of you. And I'm also getting for the collective that some of you guys could have already been married, and this was a partnership, a marriage that fell apart because of infidelities. But I feel here that your person, they've had a change of heart or their own awakening. They recognize that you are the person that they want to continue to build a life with, and they want to come towards you to repair this, is what I'm getting. Look at this next card. Wow. Seven of Cups, which represents choices, fantasies, and temptations. So clarifying, are you still mad at me? I feel, my water signs, if you've been dealing with this type of situation, you already know this is your story, that yeah, you're still upset because they treated you like an option rather than the only choice as far as being together in a partnership. So that makes sense to me that some of you guys are still really upset with this person. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next batch of cards here. I'm going to go ahead and pull from the Journey to the Divine Feminine. So now we're going to take a look at the feminine standpoint here. This is by Divine Moon Empress. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, water signs. So focusing now on the Divine Feminine. Where is the feminine at? So we have a masculine who wants to make amends and recognizes, for the most part, we do have some masculines that recognize what they've done, but we also have some that are not quite ready to acknowledge that. Okay, so the feminine, we've got inner light coming through here. And you know, it's one of those things where I feel you got to recognize that inner light within yourself, especially when somebody surrounds you with so much darkness. And isn't it interesting, going back to the messages that came through earlier? Let me just grab it really quick. The unknown, you know, where they do leave you in the dark about things. And so if that is really resonating with you, you've had to find your own light within yourself because they kept you in the dark. And sometimes by doing that, that's where that epiphany, that clarity comes, allowing you to make better decisions for yourself to move forward. What else, please, for the Divine Feminine? Yeah, look at this. Separation. Yep. And look at the next card. We have transformation. The process of upgrading one's ability to navigate through the obstacles of life while maintaining inner peace. Look at that. Inner light and inner peace. That is what the feminine is doing right now, or at least this transformation that you are going through at this time, because more than likely you went into separation with somebody that couldn't bring you these things, or they were taking your light away from you. Yep. So let's go ahead and clarify that. I'm going to go ahead and use my modern day Seers Tarot and Oracle Tarot with a twist. For those unfamiliar with this deck, it's similar in format to my Tarot Teacher, meant to teach those who would like to learn how to read tarot, but this deck also includes new oracle messages as well as new court cards. All right, water signs. So let's clarify inner light for the Divine Feminine. I feel a masculine took that light away from you and you had to find it for yourself. Look at this, the World. Okay, you allowed a cycle to complete, which has a lot to do with past relationships that ended up not working itself out. So you're empowering yourself here, I feel, Divine Feminine. You are able to find fulfillment in your life once again. And you're ready for a new chapter. You are ready. So we've got Archangel Gabriel clarifying the separation card. I am the angel known as the Master of Communication. And remember, right from the very beginning, I really did feel that there was an issue with communication between two people. Okay, known as the master of communication. If you're having trouble expressing yourself to your beloved, I'm here to assist. I can inspire writers, teachers, journalists, and artists to convey their messages with clarity and grace, but that can apply to anybody. I can help you overcome your limitations so you can finally say the right thing to the right person at the right time. If you struggle with conveying your emotions, call on me. I will be there for you. I'm kind of getting this, my water signs, for the person that you are thinking about, because they know they messed up and they know that they are the reason for the separation. Okay, but of course, for some of you, maybe this falls on you. The responsibility falls on you if you're responsible for the separation. But I'm really feeling here for my water signs, for the collective, that it is your person, whoever it is that you're thinking about, that's struggling to communicate because they're carrying so much on their shoulders as a result of what they've done. I love how these cards are working today. Look at this, the Death card. Some of you could be really affected by what's happened in this situation. We've got Scorpio representing the Death card, but this can apply to all water signs. So yeah, the transformation is here because of a cycle that ended. Look at how these cards are playing off of each other. The World card representing that cycle completion. So the way something was going was not working. It had to end. It was inevitable, I feel. And that is what's going to bring you this new beginning, to start over, whether they want to be a part of your life or whether you move on to another relationship or whether you want to just be alone for a good minute. That is your choice. That is your prerogative. But this is you working on yourself and creating change, much necessary change in your life, Divine Feminine. Letting go of unhealthy attachments to your masculine or whatever else you might have been holding on to in the past. This is a transition. This is a profound change in your life for the better. Wow. That's pretty exciting stuff for the Divine Feminine. All right, guys, so let's move on to this deck by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot, the Angels of Romance Oracle. Angels and spirit guides, please, for water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. All right, let's see what we can add to this. Angels and spirit guides, please, what else can you share with us for this reading? For water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You're walking away from somebody that didn't treat you right, basically, and there were infidelities, betrayals, trust issues, burdens, taking on too much responsibilities. Okay, so if this is something that you relate to, we'll clarify that, of course. This is the next card. We've got lessons. So maybe at this time you are taking the time to learn those lessons. This applies to your person as well, because life lessons goes both ways. And then we've got reaching out. Look at that. Someone wants to reach out to you. I'm not surprised to see that, really. I am not surprised to see that at all. So let's go ahead and clarify with my Tabby Tarot teacher. Angels and spirit guides, please, for water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So let's clarify burdens, which is very similar to the energy of the Ten of Wands. That heaviness that either they're carrying or you're carrying it. Sometimes we carry that burden for other people when we've got our own stuff that we're dealing with. So if you're taking on too much right now, my water signs, this is a reminder for you to lighten the load of whatever is stressing you out at this time. But let's clarify. Okay, well, we've got two cards that want to come through here. The Four of Swords makes sense for me because you need a break. Okay, Page of Swords also coming through here. So what I'm getting is, if, as it says, if you're taking on too much right now, that's exactly the opposite of what the Four of Swords is representing. In that, if you're feeling overwhelmed, this is a time for you to take a break, to rest, to recuperate from the heaviness that you have been carrying. You might be dealing with a Page of Swords here. For some of you, they're really curious as to what's going on perhaps in your life. As we can see here, they want to reach out to you. They want to communicate. They definitely want to communicate. And part of this heaviness and that burden that they're carrying has a lot to do with their actions and whatever happened between the two of you. You know, they want to communicate, but there's a delay here, which we've already seen in the cards that have come through here. Part of that delay might be because either they're not ready or they're afraid to, especially if they feel energetically from you that you would either reject them or that you're still upset with them. Yeah. We've got the Five of Pentacles. Clarifying lessons. So this represents the breakup between you and this person. It hasn't been easy for you. It has been a bit of a struggle for you. And maybe when you did break up with this person and you walked away from them, it caused you to feel really insecure whether or not you could ever find another relationship like it, or if you would ever be able to get over this person. You know, the typical interpretation of the Five of Pentacles is someone who's been left out in the cold. And maybe that's how they felt after you detached, or how they caused you to feel once you discovered perhaps that there were infidelities in the partnership. So there's clearly lessons that this experience has taught you in order to make better and wiser choices with future partnerships here. And then we've got the Emperor clarifying, reaching out. So we do have a masculine here, the divine masculine, who wants to reach out to the feminine. And I really feel here that this person is ready to establish something solid and much stronger with the feminine. You could be dealing with an Aries for some of you. So they want to be able to take control of the situation and hopefully be able to fix whatever's broken between the two of you. Okay, so that's what's coming through here. All right, so I also wanted to grab some songs for the collective. So I'm going to use both volumes of my Heart Songs decks here. So let's start with the Heart Songs Volume 1, Songs in the Key of Love. And let's take a look and see what needs to come through here for the collective, for water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is grab a song each per sign. That's just what I'm guided to do here. So let's see what the songs are. Either you're able to relate to the lyrics, or it could be a favorite song, either for yourself or the both of you. So I'm going to fan these out and let's choose. Okay, I'm guided to this one. What's Love Got to Do With It by Tina Turner. Okay, maybe that's your favorite song or theirs. It may seem to you that I'm acting confused when you're close to me. If I tend to look dazed, I've read it someplace, I've got cause to be. There's a name for it. There's a phrase that fits, but whatever the reason, you do it for me. Okay? So what I'm getting for some of you is you might be dealing with a person that initially it wasn't about love for them, but maybe as more time passed, or perhaps once you walked away from them, then they realized that they were in love with you. And also just the sexual attraction. Okay, so that's coming through for Cancer. So let's grab a card for Scorpio here. Save the Best for Last by Vanessa Williams. Sometimes the snow comes down in June. Sometimes the sun goes round the moon. I see the passion in your eyes. Sometimes it's all a big surprise. 'Cause there was a time when all I did was wish you'd tell me this was love. It's not the way I hoped or how I planned, but somehow it's enough. Okay, so I kind of feel this more so from the feminine wanting to communicate this to the masculine, especially if you guys were just on different pages during the relationship, you know, just wanting to hear from your masculine perhaps that they were in love with you, that they saw things the same way that you did. And again, maybe they didn't recognize these things while you guys were in a partnership because they were so invested in other people. Let's grab a song for Pisces. Say Something. Oh, wow. By A Great Big World. So this is the ultimate breakup song right here, Pisces. So if you resonate with this, you could have definitely dealt with a very painful breakup. Okay, say something. I'm giving up on you. I'll be the one if you want me to. Anywhere I would have followed you. Say something. I'm giving up on you. And I'm feeling so small. It was over my head. I know nothing at all. And I will stumble and fall. I'm still learning to love, just starting to crawl. So this represents the breakup right here because somebody didn't try enough or somebody didn't speak up for better communication right from the very beginning. We knew that communication was an issue. Okay, this is also about recovering from a very painful breakup where you got to learn to crawl before you start walking again and ready to welcome in love again. So let's go ahead and grab some more songs from volume 2 here, Heart Songs of the 90s. So for those of you that resonate with those songs, maybe there's something about the lyrics that's really speaking to you at this time. All right, so Cancer, let's go ahead and grab another song for you from this batch of cards here. For Cancer, we've got Emotions by Mariah Carey. I feel good, I feel nice, I've never felt so satisfied. I'm in love, I'm alive, intoxicated, flying high. It feels like a dream when you touch me tenderly. I don't know if it's real, but I like the way I feel inside. Okay, so again, what I get from that is somebody initially was not in love, or maybe they just weren't looking for a committed partnership, and then all of a sudden they're all up in their emotions, they're all up in their feelings and realizing that they're in love with you. Or this could be how you're feeling. It could go either way. Okay, so for Scorpio, There Will Never Be Another Tonight by Bryan Adams. So this card says there will never be another tonight. Come on, baby, hold on tight. There will never be another tonight. I don't care if it's wrong or right. We got nothing to lose, just me and you. In your wildest dreams, there'll never be another tonight. Who cares about tomorrow? Let the wind fill your sails. A runaway train riding on the rails. We got the bases loaded. Home run, power play. Tonight's the night. We're going all the way. So, I mean, for some of you guys, maybe there was a particular night when you guys were finally able to move things to the next level in your partnership. And yes, of course, that could be very sexual in nature, maybe finally being intimate with one another and realizing how into each other you guys were. Okay, so that's representing Scorpio. Let's grab one last song focusing on Pisces. We've got In These Arms by Bon Jovi. You want commitment? Take a look into these eyes. They burn with fire until the end of time. And I would do anything. I'd beg, I'd steal, I'd die to have you in these arms tonight. Baby, I want you like the roses want the rain. You know I need you like the poet needs the pain. I would give anything, my blood, my love, my life. I'd hold you, I'd need you, I'd get down on my knees for you. Make everything all right if you were in these arms. So there's definitely somebody here that wants to make amends, because remember the other song, Say Something, I mean, a very painful breakup where someone didn't speak up or didn't put in enough effort in the partnership, and now this person is ready to commit, ready to give their all, and really missing those, well, I was going to say intimate moments. It doesn't necessarily equate to just sex, you know, just being able to be in each other's arms, be in each other's presence, to be able to love each other up close. Okay, so that's what's coming through from the songs, guys. So let's wrap it up here with some angel numbers for the collective here. So I'm going to pull from the Twin Flame Angel Numbers deck by Mystic Moon. And of course, you don't have to identify with the Twin Flame reference if you don't. But, you know, if there are Twin Flame messages that do pop up from these cards, then you're more than welcome to take that if you do feel you're on a Twin Flame journey. We're focusing on the numbers and the message for the collective, for water signs, angels and spirit guides, please. We've got 1155 coming through here. Don't take opinions personally. People can only understand things from their own level of perception. Okay, so maybe that's something that you really need to hear at this point in time. My water signs, especially if other people's opinions of you or a particular situation, if that really affects you or upsets you in some way. $83.38. You and your twin flame are mirroring each other's thoughts at this present time. So if you do feel that you are focusing on somebody that you see as a twin flame, you are mirroring each other. First of all, a twin flame is your mirror soul. This is letting us know that you guys are on the same page, being able to pick up off of each other's vibes right now. And then we have 105 coming through here. Your intuition is divinely guided, so trust all that you are being shown at this time. Okay, so trust your gut, trust your instincts, my water signs, at this time, because when you follow your heart, that's the very first thing that will really lead you down a path that is meant for you, whether it is to reconcile with somebody or to just go in a different direction and find love elsewhere. This could also, all of these messages could really also apply to other parts of your life. So as always, take whatever part of it makes sense for you. Okay, so let's grab one more number for the collective. For water signs, we have 0330. This is a green light from your angels. The answer is yes. Whoa, that's a really nice card. So that can pertain to so many things. So I will leave that up to your own interpretation. Whatever you feel you have finally gotten the green light to move forward in, whether that is a relationship, whether that is to go in a different direction. This could be something to do with career, your health, family, friends, whatever it is. Okay, so that's what's coming through, guys, as far as the angel numbers. Hopefully that made sense for you, and if it didn't, no big deal. So that's where I'm going to leave this one, guys. Whatever part of it made sense, I do hope it helps you out at this time. And if you are interested in your own reading, that info is down below. Thank you, guys, as always. I'll see you next time.